言うことは一つだけ。絶対負けねえ。
ゴール前は任せろ。いつでも点を取ってみせる。
任せな。俺がこの試合を決めてやる。誰にも負けないスピードを見せてやる。
How's it going, everybody? This is Nothing XS here with a new video, a video I wasn't really expecting to make, even though I did stream yesterday about the Galácticos collaboration promotion. It was in Spanish and everyone was thinking it was fake. I was pretty sure it was real because it looked pretty real, and the ad looked like it would have been too much money to be spending to be making a joke. And it turns out it was real. Roberto Carlos, Morientes, and Guti, the Galácticos from Real Madrid, are coming to Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, and what a lot of people consider something extraordinarily surprising. They are old school football legends that will be here from the 14th to the 27th of the month. They are extraordinarily different and strange players, and I have to kind of really talk about them because one of them is really straightforward, one of them is pretty cool, and the other one's very, very bizarre. And so we're going to talk about them, not specifically in that order. First off, we got Roberto Carlos. I'm not going to cover them in the order that they're here because, I don't know, I screwed up when making the PowerPoint, I guess. So we're going to talk about them here, though, real quick. Roberto Carlos is Extreme Awakening of Toughness Type South America. So if you're Toughness Type South America, you get 15%. If you are South American, you get 10%. So if you're looking for your last South American player, here you go. He has Combination Nacho Reza. He has as his passive skill, it gives him 15% extra stats, and he is a very, very high power attacker for a defender. He's a defender with 20k attack and 50k defense, which should make you wonder what's going on. Anyway, his skills are an S shot, which is a long distance 2 blow away 495 shot, which is pretty crazy, an S tackle 455, and an S dribble 455. Now we have Morientes, Spain's Wild Eagle. He has Extreme Awakening of Agility type Europe, so if you're Agility type in Europe, you get 15, or if you're European, you get 10. This is another good Rainbow Europe team skill. He gets Sky High, which is a high-powered high ball, Artistic Diving Header, which is a pretty strong low ball, and Smooth Control Shot, which is a decent ground shot. He's 22k attack, 17k physical, and basically nothing on defense, and he gets the Penalty Area Master buff, so when he's in the penalty area, he gets 20% to his stats. And now finally we have Guti, the Genius Midfielder. He is again Extreme Awakening of Skill Type Europe. Skill Type European players all stats 15, other European players all stats 10, so mostly for either Rainbow Europe or a Skill Type Europe that's only going to use European players. He has Magical Through Pass S99 here, which is a 480 cap pass. Heavenly Dribble, which is a 480 cap dribble, and again Smooth Control Shot, although he's not very good at shooting, so you barely will use it. His attack is 19k, his defense 16k, and his physical 16k. Just in general, a pretty overall powerful unit and passing, but maybe not. We'll see. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Anyway, they are in a 3+1 banner where you kick 3 times and get 1 for free. The probabilities for each of them, they all round up to about being 1% of the banner, which is kind of rude for a limited banner. I felt like maybe they should have been in a 5% banner, considering that it looks like they're replacing the Dream Collection. So for this being a 3% banner when it's replacing the Dream Collection feels pretty rude to the players. They also come with a bunch of SR versions of themselves, and also free versions that we're also going to be getting automatically. I'm not going to be talking about those. You can read more about those either on the subreddit or in a Facebook group somewhere, or maybe you can just talk about them on the Discord. But as you can see, everyone's kind of in this banner at slightly better than 0.01 rate. But literally everyone's in this banner. And you do have the 0.01 units are actually even harder to get. They've reduced to 0.003, so they're not even Okamoto tier anymore. They're even worse. To get one of them is Okamoto now, basically. As you can see, there's also a SR versions of each of these units, which are also plus rate, and they're very, very, very easy to get, so it's easy to get these skills right now. So in a way, Magnificent Pass and Magnificent Interception are easy skills to get in this gacha, in case you're interested in that. Anyway, we're now going to be talking about the actual banner. So let's go right ahead. We're going to start with Guti, who is Guti the Genius Midfielder. Now the thing about Guti is that he's a green midfielder, and green wasn't hurting for prodigy midfielders. So here we have one who's good at dribbling and passing. He has a strong passive that where if he's in the midfield, he gets 15% as long as in the right part of the midfield. This probably makes him the best passer in the game, but by very, very little. His team skill really helps him assemble 50% green Europe, so it's really, even though it's meant to empower green parts of Rainbow Europe, it really does help Rainbow Europe quite a bit. He comes with a pass and a dribble, and he can learn the same A, pass, cut, and tackle that Misaki learned, so he's very, very flexible even though he has low stamina. So since he's pre-passive, the third best passer in the game, and then he gets 15% more after limit break, he might be the best passer in the game, but it might be minor. I didn't do the calculations because I'm still kind of tired. I'm not feeling great. I'm a little sick. I didn't really do all the math. Now that said though, he does make Rainbow Europe a lot stronger, and his good dribbling is very, very, very useful. Now though, the downside of his compared to maybe a Misaki is that he doesn't have an easy to use 1-2. So you only really use this when you're playing with all your teammates, or when you're playing with all of his teammates. So the 1-2 that you would get from the free unit is not really a factor here. Also, he comes with a big S shot that he can't use because he doesn't have the shooting for it. For a limit break, I would do dribble, tackle, speed, 16, 16, 18 breakdown because I want a little more speed, and I would do pass, intercept, technique, standard 17, 17, 16. As for his stats, he has a 973 stamina, he has very high dribble and pass, and as you can see, pretty solid tackle and intercept. This makes him a 10.8k passer, a 9.8k dribbler, and a 9.1k cutter with an 8.7, well, really an 8.8 tackle. This is all pretty solid. This makes him kind of like the World Cup Pierre that just came out, except that he has a little more shot and block. So even though he has, or it says he has 52k stats, he's really just kind of like the red World Cup Pierre, but in green. That's the kind of unit he is, in case you're wondering. As for his skills, keep the 3 S skills he comes with. Obviously, you can't really use smooth control shot, but just leave it there. You're going to teach him magical through pass. You're going to keep magical through pass and heavenly dribble, and you're going to teach him A, interception, and A, tackle. Listen, you may not really have access to an easily usable 1-2, so just focus on the pass and the dribble, and get the free and SR skills, which are the interception and the tackle. You're going to be playing him at attacking midfielder primarily and not at forward, even though he's both. Remember that you're trying to set up players as soon as possible with a magical through pass, because since it's a central AM, you're going to find that your forwards are going to be out of position a lot, and since he doesn't have a 1-2, he can't really break offside traps into a pass back. So his job is more to enable people early and quickly, and to steal the ball from opponents. Moving on, we're going to go to Roberto Carlos, the Devilish left leg. And I feel like his story is easily told by his stats. He has 4,600 passing, 5,600 total block, and 65 total intercept. And he's a defender. So I do mean total. I don't mean like... When I talk about those stats, I'm not talking about those stats as those are his base stats. I'm talking about that's the total stats with everything calculated. So right now you're probably going, what the hell? Well, let's talk about where he's strong. He has 11,613 tackle, 11,481 dribble, and both of those skills cap at 455. That's really good, but it's smoke and mirrors. The big problem is that he has a 12.6k shot, the strongest shot in the game, and he has a passive with 15% stats. He has 50% stats when you play him with Nachareza, and his shot is a long distance 2 blow away 495 momentum special shot. And his team skill gives you 15% South America red and 10% South America. That's bonkers good. He learns an A pass and an A intercept. There's absolutely no reason to give them to him other than you're trying to avoid skill blocks. And with 8,096 speed to wrap that all up, like what isn't there to like? He is the missing forward, I believe, in full South America, because you'll probably play like Roberto, Victorino. Actually, you'll probably play like Roberto, this guy, Roberto Carlos, and Hino. Like Green Hino, or like Green Santana. Right? Like that's your 3, those are probably your 3 forwards. Roberto Carlos, and Green Santana or Green Hino. And that just ain't right. They're going to be crazy strong. Actually, Roberto Carlos isn't even a forward, he's a defender. So he's going to be in the back, but he's going to be your red shooter. So it's even dumber than that. So since he can learn an A pass and an intercept, there's no reason to give it skill blocks. But he also comes with 8,096 speed. What does that mean? It means that he's the most specialized unit in the game. You're going to take the ball, run up the side, get to the middle, and shoot. He's crazy fast, so he can do that. And if you ever have to take a free kick on your opponent's side of the field and the angle isn't crazy, it's a guaranteed goal, basically. You're going to shoot this 495 monstrosity that blows 2 people away with 12.6k base shot. It's frankly kind of ludicrous. He's great in formations where fullbacks join in on the offense, and he has plenty of stamina to do that with. The only problems that he has are that his play pattern is super predictable, and that if you ever think you're going to wind up in a matchup against him, you can just tap the ball over him and ignore him, because he has no pass cutting and no technique or no nothing. He's not going to block, and he's not going to cut anything at all, ever. Anyways, for his stats, he starts at 10k base shot, which means he has 12.612. He has 12.6 true shot. That's partially because his power is so bad. He also has 11,481 dribble, 11,613 tackle. He's probably the first character that I know of with 3 stats at the 11k club at least. He's just super lopsided. He's super specialized. He can't pass, can't block, can't intercept. He feels like an event unit that got pumped full of super drugs. It's absolutely insane. Now for a skill build, keep what he comes with and just give him the free A skills. You're never going to use them. Your goal is to give him the ball in a position where he can use it and then just shoot and hope for the best. And probably the best is what's going to happen. But for him to be really strong at the things that he's good at, you're going to need to get a lot of SSR black balls, so get ready for that, because you kind of want to level all 3 of his S skills for him to really be broken. I imagine whales are salivating at seeing this guy. He's going to break the game in ways that I'm not happy about. He's not the best character in the game. He's not World Cup Aoi, but he's silly. He's silly. He's really silly. Now for the next and last character, it's going to be Morientes, Spain's Wild Eagle. He may be the last, but he's certainly not the least. A pure striker through and through. He has a passive that gives him 20% to all of his stats when he's in the penalty area. He has one of the better high ball skills in the game, which caps at 480 momentum. His volley is only 475, which is not that much worse. His ground shot's 455, which is pretty solid, but not great, but it's still, considering all his stats and all his stuff, he's still really strong. And also, since he's good at high and low balls, he gets 12.5 to both of 12.5% to both of those things. His team skill gives blue Europe 15% and regular Europe 10%, and that means that you have yet another blue monster blue striker. It's an archetype that we really didn't need. I think they should have traded the colors between him and Guti, but you know, I digress. He's one of the best of the box strikers in the game. Well, this is pros. He's good passive that enables his aerial shenanigans, because it's another multiplier on top of the fact that he gets a multiplier just for doing stuff in the air. Since he learns a pass and a dribble, that also helps him on offense, even though the pass feels vestigial. He's also the best ball trapper overall on offense in the game. He has the highest ball trap stats. Now, cons, he can't defend, which is not fair to him because he's not supposed to defend. And also the A dribble he learns is skill dribble, and it's kind of weak for what he has. For limit break, I would do dribble speed, shot power. By the way, I didn't talk about Roberto Carlos's limit break, but it's basically limit break everything he's good at. So 16, 16, 18, 25, 0, 25, and forget the rest. Now for Morientes, again, 25, 0, 25, 25, 0, 25, 0, 0, 0. Focus on dribbling and speed. You need to make him faster. He's not very fast by himself. He's kind of lead-footed. And also give him shot and power, so you can really take advantage of his stats. Now on offense, he is a 7,000 base at least on everything. His defensive stats are non-existent, and he has 6.6k power and 5.2k technique. His high ball and low ball, again, as I was mentioning. And now he does have very high stamina. He has 988. Well, he doesn't really have very high stamina. He has sub 1,000 stamina, which I guess is a good way to balance this guy. He has 11.2k shot, 9.6k dribble, and 9.8k pass in the end. And his defensive stats are nothing to write home about. But again, he's very, very, very flexible on offense. As for his skill build, keep obviously all of his basic skills. Teach him the A magnificent pass and the A skill dribble. So what can we really say about him? Listen, if you send him a pass in the box, it feels basically like you're gonna score no matter what. Before you limit break him, he's like an 18,285 volley, and after you limit break him, he's a 20,732 volley. That means that if you do the whole boost before you do a limit break, he's 104k check on a goalkeeper, and when you do fully boost him finally, he's 118k check on the goalkeeper, which is crazy. Give him the pass so that, again, skill blockers. But yeah, I think Morientes is probably the second best unit in the banner. Roberto Carlos is probably the best unit in the banner, but he's hard and weird to use, and he's not going to be... I feel like he's like the whale concession character. Like, if you're a whale, you're going to love him, and he's going to be really strong for you because you're going to be able to give him all sorts of S skills at high levels. But the best out of the box and easiest to use is probably Morientes. You just pick whatever you're going to focus on, probably his high ball, and go to town with that. And so that's that for these guys. And now I do have some dream balls here. A couple donators came in because of the news I broke yesterday regarding this banner. They hooked me up with some funding, and so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kick on this banner and we're gonna try to see what we can get. We're gonna go, I think I'm just gonna probably go for broke here because all three of these characters kind of go for brokish except Guti, but I would like Guti for my green team, so let's see what we get. Now I don't really care what I get so long as I get something. So let's see what happens. Oh, confetti's nice. Natureza's okay, but not enough. Yeah, not enough. So this kick is dead. We get Roberto. And we are going to see a couple SR units. So there you go. Magnificent pass, eh? And we get Guti, magnificent interception. Pretty nice. It's nice, though, that if you do kick at this, that you're at least going to get stuff. Now, also, every kick you get a bonus. That's nice. SSR ball is a good thing to get. And you're going to need them for these guys' skills, honestly. Or for your other players. What do we got here? Oh, this looks good so far. This is very good. So we're going to get something out of this. Oh. Maybe baited. Who knows anymore? Although I feel like it's going to be a flip. We're gonna wait it out. Oof. Yeah, this looks like a bait. Brutal. Wow. That's fucked up. That's some shit, huh? Well, Clab is like this. First he giveth, and then he taketh away. We got a chance. We got 4 birds. Okay, so this is guaranteed SSR. Once you get Roberto, it's guaranteed SSR. That Roberto in particular. So we got 1. Give me another one. Come on. Alright, well, fuck you then. Alright, let's see Roberto Carlos. No, Blue Diaz. Ooh, a flip? Oh, wow, that's not... If you ever see a flip and it turns into this guy, you're alright. It's appropriate to feel devastated if you see that guy as a flip. So let's go. This one's free. Roberto. So Roberto always drops something. Okay, girl. So I'm gonna get something here. Okay, so at least 1. Let's see what we get here. I haven't seen Roberto Carlos, the free one, yet. Hey! So, we got Guti. Nice, 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 nice. He's pretty strong. Very good. Okay, let's see what keeps happening. That's it for that part. We're gonna keep going here. I feel like this banner is like, you kind of want to try to get one of each. I kind of want Roberto Carlos now, I think, but you know, I don't think I'll get him. Oh, that looks bad. Schneider ruins dreams, as usual. Okay. I'm surprised I'm not getting not even the SRs. I'm not getting a lot of them. I am getting a lot of these SSR balls though. Holy shit. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Well, at least I'm getting some SRs for some skills, but I don't really need any of the skills here. Legendary drills, stuff I don't need. So, let's use the rest of the stuff that they gave me. I'm not gonna buy the full thing. I'm gonna go here and go to the smaller one. Alright, that should be it for the love. So thanks for thanks Mr. Anonymous. Usually asks me to not take it. Puria was also part of that. So thanks Puria and thanks Mr. Anonymous. Appreciate it. This will be the last 2 kicks. It's not good. So that's not going to be anything. And then we're going to kick the last one right here. There's Roberto Carlos, which is a perfect cross. Which you can't really teach to anyone yet, so. Kind of sucks. And you can't use it. So I would like to get Roberto Carlos or Golden Dream Tsubasa, ironically. So give me Golden Dream Tsubasa, at least. Roberto Carlos would be great. Golden Dream Tsubasa would be fine. Chance looks pretty okay. Red text, still not good yet. Need something good here. This is full. I've gotten SSRs off of that exact same. I've gotten SSRs out of this build-up. Out of the everything is sort of okay build-up. So we're gonna let it rock. I don't think I'll get one, but we're gonna see what comes up. All right. Well, it is what it is. Got Guti, which is probably the character that I was most interested in for my team. So, yeah, thanks a lot for coming around. I mean, I know a lot of you were kind of freaking out about this unit coming basically out of nowhere, and so was I. It's so bizarre, right, that a unit like this would come out of nowhere and just kind of like make the game crazy real briefly. And so I fully understand that. So thanks again for coming out and supporting. Thanks again for watching. I hope you, if you haven't clicked subscribe yet, I hope you do. Click subscribe, click like on the video, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the units, tell me what you think about the direction that Captain Tsubasa is going, because I didn't think that they would do a collaboration with a Real Soccer so soon. So anyways, thanks for coming out, guys, and I hope to see you guys later. Good luck on the Dream Cup.